I walked down to the water's edge, I feared it would be too rough. And indeed it was, and the problem is, not only is it actually really rather dangerous when it's rough like that, but also I can't do my thinking. And one of the reasons for swimming is it's where I do all my creative thinking. So it not only is it obviously beautiful, wonderfully healthy, and it really perks the whole body up so that one feels brilliant all day long, but it's also where I do my creative thinking. And if it's too rough, then I'm so worried about the waves and whether I'm going to come out alive that I can't go inside my own subconscious.
Sorry, Lynn, it's too rough today.
One Saturday morning, it was in 2010, I think, in July, and I was walking out towards the sea to have my morning swim, and I saw this little tower, and the tower said, "To let." And so then as I was swimming in the sea, I went into my subconscious, as I do, and rolling around in the waves, letting my thoughts take me wherever. And I thought this could be a place of creativity. This little tower could be somewhere in Aldeburgh where we can gather people together to think about what it is to be creative, and it can be a centre for creativity in Aldeburgh, in Suffolk, in UK, the world. And so I was thinking all that while I was swimming, and then I got out of the sea, and then we bought the tower, which has been wonderful. And now, where are we now? It's been over 10 years later, and it has indeed, I like to think, become a centre of creativity. This morning, first thing, it was as fat as a pancake, and in a way it's better not to be too flat, because then it can be a little bit boring, and then I start to get bored and I start to think about my shopping lists and things like that. And so the thing about today is that they were a little bit too powerful today, or not powerful, but a bit frisky, which meant that I kept on having to look at them, because if I don't do that, then they come and whack me in the face. So I can't really go into my subconscious, which is what I really want to do. So I wasn't really going to my subconscious, but I was certainly enjoying my swim, because I'm going up and down on the waves. And the thing is that it's so lovely. It doesn't look like it's warm, but it's really warm and cozy in the sea, much warmer than it is outside. And you feel kind of as though you're totally away from the world, that you're by yourself and inside your own thoughts, and it really clears one's head. So you just feel as though anything's possible. I feel as though I can find solutions to whatever problems there are in life. There's going to be a solution, and I can find it. And it kind of gives me a sort of feeling of strength in a way. I never know where my brain is going to go when I swim. I can't make it go in any particular direction. This morning the elements were very conducive for creative thinking. The sea was nicely undulating. I closed my eyes. I think that I was really rather more meditating than creatively thinking. I was in a way aware at the back of my brain that I would like to think about some big thoughts about the world, but somehow they weren't quite coming, and I was just really just sort of meditating and often had no thoughts at all. It was quite wonderful in the sea this morning because it was very undulating, and so I just move around with my eyes closed. I'm just moving around. I feel as though I could be in a sort of slow wash of a washing machine, or I could even be in my mother's womb. It's that kind of feeling that you are being moved around, and it's a very glorious kind of feeling. did today was to swim, because it wasn't quite, for me, perhaps quite rough enough. Yeah, what I really like is I like to have a bit of rough in the sea, to be honest. It doesn't be too calm, but obviously it can't be too rough. So I swim very close to the shore, so where the waves are tumbling in, I'm rather sort of like a large porpoise swimming in that bit there, and sometimes get completely washed up on the shore. Surely, maybe.
That was a good swim, then.
What I do before I swim is to try to sort of put some thoughts into my mind. So maybe might be an interesting book that I'm reading or something, and put the thoughts in my mind so that I've got something to think about. So as I say, it's not everyday thinking, it's bigger thoughts than the everyday. It's taking me outside the everyday little problems of life, like is the boiler working and all that kind of thing. That's not what I'm going to think about at all. It's the bigger issues of life. We're all creative. Every single human being is creative, and we all have our own ways perhaps to get into it. For me, swimming is the best way, and then I do what I call Zazen, which is closing my eyes and going into my subconscious, and then I can go to my creative thinking. I'm thinking about an idea called The Creative Human, which will be a podcast, and it is looking at human beings, looking at ideas to see how they formed. The beach here at Aldborough is a particularly conducive beach to creative thinking. Somehow it's bleak and beautiful beauty. We've had big thinkers. There was Edward Clodd, who I've just been reading about, who was right here. He was most creative in hooking up to the big ideas of the world and the universe. His ashes are scattered over the sea, as are Francis's ashes, my late partner, so I have their creativity to imbibe when I'm swimming. Benjamin Britten, Ian Forster, they're all here on the beach pondering the big questions of life.